There is nothing better than a car that makes you feel really rich, even though you didn't drop a lot of cash to buy it. And that is the magic behind this. This is the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Veloce. One of the things that'll make you feel really rich is just saying the name of this car every day. Alfa Romeo Stelvio Veloce. So this is truly a luxury product. And luxury product? Well, the first thing is, since it was introduced in 2016, the exterior has not changed. It has the same design, it has the same lines, it has the same look as the very first model of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. Now, you might think, wow, it hasn't changed in quite a few years. That is the essence of luxury. Think about other things that are timeless: an Armani blazer, a Gucci handbag, a Rolls Royce, an Alfa Romeo. It's a very timeless design. Come around here, I want to show you. It has this wide and very simple look to the rear tailgate. So it has these light bars here, sort of a band of light on the tail lights, the Stelvio name, the Alfa Romeo badge, and then that's it. It's very elegant. It has the tailpipes, a little detail there on the bottom. But overall, the Alfa Romeo Stelvio looks very elegant on the front, on the back, and on the sides. Come here, let me show you the silhouette of this car. It has this really nice SUV shape to it. It has some really beautiful curves over the fenders, over the wheels here. And then it has one of my very favorite wheels in all of automotive. It's almost a floral design, how it has these circular bands here along the wheels, and it gives it almost a floral design. And then on the interior, you'll see the red brake calipers that tell you this is a performance car. Inside, Alfa Romeo Stelvio makes you feel very spoiled. So it starts with really beautiful leather. It's got these bolstered seats that kind of hug your body while you're driving. That way, if you're driving through curves that might make you slide side to side a little bit, you're not going to have that because the seat will hold you tight. There is leather covered everything. So you have a leather dash here. There are soft touch materials here. The door panels are covered in leather. So everything, even this little bolster here that frames the cup holders, is covered in leather. Here, there's a little panel that retracts or pushes forward to cover your cup holders. And then there is this very interesting center console. So I want to show you, this is very simple, and this is really the key to the Alfa Romeo design. So the gear selector is here, parking brake is here, there's a little cutout here where you can put your key. There is the multimedia controller here, radio, and these are our drive mode selectors. So let me turn on the car and let's take a look at what you get when you hit the start button, which, by the way, is right here. It's not over here, but it's right here on the steering wheel. So there is the Alfa Romeo badge comes up right here. This is an 8, almost 9-inch touch screen, but you can also control this screen using the dial controller here on the center console. And so here I can touch it, and I can scroll through different functions here, or I can tap my home button here in the center console, and I can dial different functions here. It's really easy. And then here's my dial for my drive mode. So I can put it in dynamic. They call this DNA. I think that's really clever that this is the DNA of the Alfa Romeo brand are these drive modes. So dynamic or natural, or A is for essentially off-road or for all-wheel drive. So if you need that all-wheel drive capability in snow or on gravel, you just pop it down into A mode. And then here is our, we can drag and drop, so we can actually customize the screen however we'd like to see it by touching this little icon over here. There is our navigation over here, I believe. And there's performance settings, and then you can connect your phone. I want to show you a little detail. There is a USB port here. And you might think, Apple CarPlay, I'll plug into the USB port. Nope, you plug into one of these, either one of these here, in the center console to use Apple CarPlay. And then you might think, oh, I don't really want to carry a cord to charge my phone. You can use this right here, which is a wireless phone charger. Your phone just slides down into it, just right there, and that allows you to charge your phone. You'll actually see a notification on the multimedia screen that tells you that your phone is charging in the wireless phone charger. So 280 horsepower in this 4-cylinder. There is a larger engine size that you can get in the Quadrifoglio, but this car has a price of about $56,000. All in with all the features on this car, it's $59,000. And I found the 280 horsepower, especially in D mode or dynamic mode, is just fine, especially if you're mostly driving by yourself. But let's look at what you get here behind the driver's seat, in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. So the badge is right front and center here on the steering wheel. The steering wheel is flat. It's got a flat bottom, which gives you a little more of a sporty, badass feel. Driver assist settings are here, so adaptive cruise control, downhill descent, lane departure assistance, and then phone, voice activation, and radio controls are over here. The steering wheel has these thumb rests here, which I really like. And then you have paddle shifters here, which are actually connected to the steering column, not the steering wheel. Some cars will have them on the wheel, some have them on the column. Ferrari's race engineers who developed the paddle shifters initially made them very large and put them on the steering column so that no matter where your hands are, you always know where your paddle shifters are. And that's why they're here. And this is a Ferrari DNA detail, which I do really like. Makes you feel pretty rich to know that you're driving something that has engineered parts from Ferrari, right? And then we have our driver information screen here. There is the touch screen here that you can also use with this dial. So you can tap the button and then you can dial through different controls here. Our DNA mode selector is here, this dial on the center console. And then our volume dial for radio, which you can actually push to turn off, and you can actually use it to select radio stations as well. And then there's this really elegant, easy to use gear selector. So push it forward for reverse, and there's our camera. You pull it back for drive and pop it over to the left if you want to use manual mode. So you actually have three different ways. You can drive in automatic, you can drive in manual here, or you can drive in manual and use the paddle shifters. Once you put it in manual, you have to use the paddle shifters until you put it back in drive. Although when you're in drive, you can pull the paddle shifters to shift up or down, and after a few seconds, it will go back into automatic. So if you decide you want just a little extra power to merge, you can just pull your left paddle to downshift, merge, and then it'll go right back into automatic, which is kind of a fun detail. And then I'm going to show you this, and this is the panoramic sunroof. So it has this really nice, full-size, super luxury panoramic sunroof. It covers the entire car. And if you live in a cold climate, especially places that have long gray days in the winter, this is a mood changer. This will make you feel rich. In the rear seat, this is a car that is, yes, it's an SUV. Yes, it seats 5. But it's not the largest rear seat available in SUVs. It has all the features, though, for backseat passengers. There are air vents, 2 air vents here. There are 2 USB ports here, and there are heated seats, plus a little cubby here where you could put something small, just tuck a cord or something in there if you needed it. The panoramic sunroof gives the rear seat lots of headroom. It feels very open. It feels very airy back here. There is a fold down armrest with cup holders. So sort of the typical things that you expect in a rear seat of a compact SUV, but these leather seats are really nice and they feel great. And then I'm going to show you something else that Alfa Romeo thought of, which is very cool, and that is this. There is a tab here on the lower part of the seat. You pull that tab and the seats fold down. So you don't have to go in the back and you don't have to really struggle with these seats. And they're also a 40-40-20. So you can fold down just this part, you can fold down both, you can fold down all 3. However you'd like to fold the seats to get a little extra storage capacity in the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. But let's go look at the cargo area, because if you do have 4 adults or 4 passengers and you're going on a road trip, how much luggage will it hold? Let's go see. One way to open the lift gate is by pushing the button there on the back. And there is a lot of space back here in the cargo area of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. So there's a nice cargo cover that pulls out, but you can fit a lot of cargo in here. In fact, I'm gonna climb in here and show you. Okay, that's me sitting all the way against the back seat. I'm not going to sit here. It's not super comfortable because it does push my head forward, but this is a lot of space. You could easily fit 4 or 5 wheeled luggage bags. You could fit a stroller. You could fit a lot of things back here, certainly golf clubs. So taking it on a road trip or using it for daily driving and daily hauling, whether it's Costco or the antique market, lots of capacity for lots of stuff in the cargo area. But wait, there's more. So there's also some storage space under here, a couple of little cubbies under here, and then there also is a wheel inflator kit. They do not include a spare tire in this model. And then there's a nice little cubby over here where you could actually throw a few other things too. So say you had a bottle of wine or some flowers or something that you wanted to be anchored, that's a place where you could put something like that. And then you can also access putting the seats down from here by pulling this tab, but then you have to push the seat. But it works pretty well. These mechanical controls are pretty effective and great. So not the push button, electric, everything does it, but at this price range, to have all of this space and seats that move quite easily is a great thing. You also have a 12-volt outlet here. You have work lights here. And then there's also a little hook here if you wanted to hold a bag or something on either side. There's a hook. So if you wanted this to not roll around, you could actually put it like that. There is nothing better than a car that makes you feel great every time you get in it. When you get into the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Veloce, which is the top of the line for Stelvio for 2022, you will see the sinuous lines of the fender. When you approach it in the parking lot, you will see those rear tail lights. You will see the very distinct front face of the Alfa Romeo, and it will make you feel like you've spent a lot more money on a car than you actually did, and that feels pretty good.